Welcome back to Pokepaint. If this is your first time here, this is a series where I design new Fakemon for a fan-made Pokemon region that I'm making, the Trapore region. Last time we started on our Pokemon journey and chose our starter Pokemon. In this episode we'll run out onto Route 1 and discover the regional bird and the regional rodent for this Pokemon region. Before we do that, I have a few small updates. I've edited the map a little bit between this time and last time just to clean up a few things and add a town that I forgot to include. I also changed the format of the Pokedex pages and made shinies for all the Pokemon up to this point. If you want to see these in more detail, then go and check out my DeviantArt page, where they'll all be posted. And they're free to download over there if you want to, so go nuts. Now onto the first Pokemon. This Pokemon will actually be a stand-in for two Pokemon tropes. It doubles as the regional rodent and the Pikachu clone for this region. This Pokemon is based on a guinea pig. Both the regional rodent and the bird Pokemon will actually be based on pets that I've actually had. My mother right now has a guinea pig named Sunny, who's just super old. And appropriately, my first pet was a guinea pig named Pikachu. Anyways, with this Pokemon, I went through a slew of design variants. I had a sketch on paper that I thought looked really good, but I guess some things just don't translate super well into digital art rendered in the Pokemon style, if you know what I mean. So once I decided to stray away from the design that I had, I actually found something that I really loved and was absolutely adorable to boot. I've been told that Morpeko is supposed to be a guinea pig Pokemon as well, but one, I didn't know that till right now, and two, this Fakemon is different enough in design and where I plan to take its evolution that I feel I can get away with it. Its name is a portmanteau of thunder and guinea pig. Thumpig, the guinea pig Pokemon. Thumpig can be found in little herds and often inhabit grasslands and farmlands. They are considered pests in Trapore, but have been popular as pets in other regions. Thumpig prefer the warmth and are uncomfortable in colder regions, and after they evolve, they don't do very well in small places. For this reason, its close cousin Morpeko has beaten it out in popularity. The evolution of Thumpig is based on a capybara, a close relative of the guinea pig and the largest type of rodent ever found. Seriously, they're massive. Since they're pretty much just a 150-pound guinea pig, I thought that they'd make an appropriate evolution. Conversely to the last Pokemon, I found a design that I liked pretty much right away. I changed its demeanor to reflect the capybara's kind of bored-looking personality. Like really, they always look bored. And just like the real-life counterparts, they will be the tallest regional rodent to date. It's going to be a little goofy because Furret is apparently 5'11", so I guess Alekibara will have to squeak by with an inch to spare at 6 feet. Alekibara's name combines the words electric and capybara. Yeah, that name's pretty straightforward. Alekibara, the capybara Pokemon, and the evolved form of Thumpig. Alekibara are the tallest common rodent Pokemon discovered to date, at a staggering 6 feet tall, being taller than most fully grown humans. They only really make good pets on properties with wide open land. On their own, they can often be quite lazy, and because they discharge electricity when they run, this means that they can get sick if not led into an active lifestyle. Scientists in Trapore have discovered a bright solution. By literally dangling a treat in front of an Alekibara and putting it on a giant wheel, one can generate enough electricity to power a small family household. This gives power to many in the cities and keeps the Pokemon healthy. Now on to the regional birds. Each form will be based on a species of parrot, as there are many species native to the Caribbean and South America. The first stage is based on a sun conure, a pet that my fiance has. This bird's wonderfully creative name is Bird, and I think this video that I made last summer sums up her personality pretty well.
A soft foot doesn't care, right?
Toadfoot. Yeah, she's smart, opinionated, and loud. I wanted to bring this into lore of this Pokemon some way. So the main form of attack for these bird Pokemon will be sound-based moves, like Screech and Boom Burst. It will be a pure flying type, since I wouldn't really categorize parrots as just normal everyday birds. At least where I live, they're not. And I'm also leaving space for the secondary typing of its final form. Its name is a mashing of Song and Sun Conure. Sonure, the parrot Pokemon. People are attracted to this Pokemon for its cute appearance and its unique intelligence. Trainers who catch and attempt to train this Pokemon will often be thrown off by the surprisingly strong-willed flying type. They are like this because of how incredibly intelligent they are. The evolved form of Sonure would be based on another type of parrot that, to be honest, I only really chose because it looks like a real-life middle stage between a Sun Conure and what I chose for the final form. They often are a little more subdued in personality than Conures, but can make difficult pets all the same. I let that idea influence the personality of this Pokemon the most, making it discerning or suspicious. The shinies of this Pokemon line have very important meanings, as they're all based on common color variants of the real-life animals. Sonures is green because of the green cheek Conures, and this Pokemon is based on the Eclectus parrot, and the shiny is based on the green variety. Explarate mixes the words explicit, meaning stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt, as the real animal can talk, and of course, parrot, because it is one. Explarate, the parrot Pokemon in the evolved form of Sonure. These Pokemon have intelligence that can rival young children, so much so that they can form human words and understand complex commands. They are naturally suspicious of new people and choose their associates amongst a select few individuals. Finally, we of course have the Macaw Pokemon. Was there really ever any doubt? I had the idea of having the psychic type from the beginning to reflect the intelligence of these real birds, but it was hard to find a way to describe that trait with just its physicality alone. Its apparent personality kept becoming more subdued or even absent, and I didn't really want that to be the case, as anyone who's ever owned birds knows that there's nothing subdued about their personality. Once I wrote the Dex entry, its personality came into crystal focus, and it became super easy to make. Its shiny, instead of being a scarlet macaw, is based on the blue and yellow macaw. Its name is just the magnum opus of names that have come up so far, at least in my opinion, being a portmanteau of macaw and cacophony, meaning a harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. Macacophony, the macaw Pokemon in the evolved form of Explarate. Macacophony is currently in a tie for the second smartest Pokemon in existence, and has been beaten out only by Alakazam as the smartest. Seemingly, they've reverted to normal cries to communicate, as most Pokemon do. This is because they've actually gained the ability to speak telepathically. One might think that this could strengthen the communication between the trainer and the Pokemon, but anyone who's ever owned one can report that sadly, with a personality comparable to an absolute lunatic, they rarely ever have anything nice to say. So I think that Dex entry is pretty funny. The line in there about the tie between the second smartest Pokemon is a little hint for a future Fakemon that I plan to make, so stay tuned for that. We now have enough information to continue on with our journey. So if you remember the last time, Brother Ty led us out to Route 1 and told us to follow the path and meet him in the town on the northern side of the island. Route 1 is a path that winds through trees and grasslands along a coastal cliff. Here can be found the Pokemon Wingull and Sonure, as well as Thumpig and Yungoos. Of course, all of these are based on animals that can be found easily in this area of the real world. You can of course catch the Pokemon here that appeal to you, beginning to grow out your team and have a handful of easy battles teaching your Pokemon some new moves, like Razor Leaf or Ember or Bubble along the way. As you near the end of the route, you see a towering forest ahead and there is a figure standing right at the gate of the path. This figure will actually be your rival for this game. He returns the mean rival tradition of the older Pokemon games, always having cool Pokemon and acting cocky and being just somehow one step ahead of you all the time. I feel like the common consensus is that those rivals are just more interesting. It took me a long time to come up with a name for him. I think I've settled on Tobias as a reference to the unbeatable Tobias in the Diamond and Pearl anime. You'll all have to tell me whether or not that makes sense in the comments, and if that's a good name or not. After Tobias introduces himself, he challenges you to a battle. He of course has whatever starter Pokemon is strong against yours. They will all be level 9. If you chose Full Leap, his Embellion will have Scratch, Leer, and Ember. If you chose Embellion, his Agwirtle will have Pound, Withdraw, and Bubble. And if you chose Agwirtle, his Full Leap will have Tackle, Growl, and Razor Leaf. Of course, being one step ahead all the time, Tobias has brought one more Pokemon to this battle. But hey, since we haven't come across it naturally yet, we'll have to leave that for next time. That's gonna do it for this episode. We've added 5 more Pokemon to the Pokedex and gotten halfway to the next town. Pretty good for one episode. I think at the end of each episode I'm going to catalog what Pokemon I would have collected myself along this point in my journey if this were a real Pokemon game. And I encourage you to do the same and keep me updated on your teams in the comments. In the next episode, we're going to head out into the dark forest ahead and discover what Pokemon lurk under those trees. If you like this video and want to see more like it, then subscribe, and turn on the bell to get notified when I upload next.